Hi. How much? That's more than I would have thought it was going to be. That's too expensive. I can't afford that much. Haven't got that much in the budget, I'm afraid. Or it's not worth that much to me. These are all examples of price objections, and in this video I want to share with you some ideas and practices to give you the confidence to overcome them successfully and win the opportunity. So what I'm going to show you is a kind of process, a combination of approaches that I know will work for you. Getting repetitive objections can become demoralizing, especially on the price, and understandably you might then actually start to blame the price point of your offering. This could lead you to devalue what you have to offer. Presumably you set your price based on the market, and so before you go reviewing it or dropping the price drastically, then make sure you're not just reacting to a price smokescreen rather than a genuine objection. And to do that, you first need to ensure that you've done everything you can to reduce the number or pre-eliminate the amount of price objections you actually get. Check against the following practices before you decide whether you're getting genuine or perhaps smokescreen objections to the price. So, my number one advice to you is acclimatize your prospect to your costs. To do that, qualify the level of service that you should be pitching by asking if your prospect or client has a budget or any limits. Now, most people will tell you or give you a reasonable answer, and a few might not tell you in fear of being ripped off. Note the reason I give you here is not because they want to be an arse about it, it's because probably they've been told or have had a bad experience of someone taking advantage of the budget that they've disclosed to them. So if they choose not to tell you, then just give them an idea of your average solution costs for their size of business and say what, the most ever has been spent, but ensuring that you do say ultimate top end. By being transparent with all of this, then you will put them more at ease, and you can then build on the trust that you've already worked hard to lay the foundations to. Expose the cost for their services early as you know it. And I know some services or solutions cannot be accurately quoted during the first meeting, and so it's okay. Instead, give them a daily fixed rate or fixed cost ideas. For example, I always give my daily rate so I can judge their reaction to it. This gives them an idea of what to expect. It'll also save you a lot of time. I mean, should they be completely out of the ballpark with the budget? Second thing I suggest is demonstrate relevant value, DRV. Now, this is another key to pre-eliminating the price objection. You must find out what is valuable to them and then build the value in your offering. Don't do a brochure type approach to listing out all the great things that you know about your product. For example, here's something I usually say to them before I start talking about it. Mr. Customer, before I shout out about what I think is absolutely great about my offering, let me just understand what constitutes great value for you, please. So you place your offering in their business through your words and get them to visualize it first. Okay. The next thing that I would suggest is address the elephant in the room. I have seen so many salespeople avoid answering a prospect when they cut to the chase with questions about cost. By avoiding the questions, all you're doing is making the prospect more eager to know the answer. They may be polite and wait, but honestly, their head is probably not so much in what you're saying anymore, but more what you're not saying. The obvious assumption at this point is that you're avoiding mentioning price because it's high. And that has given them already a predetermined objection in their mind. So I would say if they ask you in mid-flow how much it is, take it as a buying signal and go for the close. For me, I sell a solution and I simply stop at that point and say, well, my rate is X per day plus expenses. How many days are we talking? So that's the close. Worst case, they may object to the daily rate, in which case then we're talking about a genuine objection leading to a close. And I've got a few examples of what I would say in this case in my next video, how to respond to the price objection. So watch out for it, and I will see you very soon right there.